everyone here could probably agree that money is kind of a necessity in order to survive in modern day society. It has become so much so, it's kind of like a religion now, to a point where, you know, I can go like this, and some of you might be resisting an urge, a small urge, to come up here and grab it. That's just how much it's become. But I don't blame you for, you know, acting like this, because that makes you human. And humans are greedy. It can be both bad and good. But sometimes greed can get bad, and especially when it deals with money. That's why I'm here to inform you about how we treat wealth and income here in the United States. But first, before I describe to you about income and wealth inequality, I need to tell you what the difference between these two things are, because they're not the same. Wealth, not bad. Wealth is the accumulation of everything you own, basically everything to now, presently that you have, minus liabilities is your wealth. Income is everything that gets added to it. It's the accumulation of everything else. That is income. So now that you both you understand the difference, I can explain to you how to basically put this in a nutshell. So I'll use a graph that was written by two Harvard professors, one an economist, one a business professor. They use this to find the wealth inequality that is perpetuated throughout the United States, and we're going to divide the population into 1/5. The top 20% is the richest, and the bottom 20% will be the poorest. And on this graph, on the left is the richest, on the right side will be your poorest. So this is what Americans think it is. He interviewed about over 5,000 people, and this is what basically people think it is right now. The poor believe they have about this much, second poorest about that much in the middle, and so on and so forth. Now that seems kind of bad, but then this is what we kind of want it to be, right? This seems fair, that the bottom 20% has about 10%, about that much, and everyone else gets an equal distribution of wealth. But sadly, the reality doesn't say so. As you can see here, the bottom 40% is barely visible, and even the second top 40% can still be barely seen. Now, what this graph doesn't show is that if this first top 20% if it was revealed how much the 1% had owned on this part, it will show that they own 40% of this whole sector. But that's just how much they own. In income, let's just say for someone of a working class, an average worker, as in no low income person, the very average person, in order for them to make as much as someone from the 1%, he needs to work a month's worth and then to make as much as the CEO makes in an hour. Well, that, as you can see, that's how much they own. Now, can my volunteers come up? So we're going to use $100 to symbolize wealth. So the richest 20%, second richest 20%, middle 20%. Now I want all of you guys to guess how much you have out of this 100. It doesn't have to add up to 100, just guess how much you probably have. 80. You have about 80?
75.
$75 out of 100?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say like 20.
20?
$10.
Well, Roy wasn't far off from his point. Roy actually, if he was part of the 20%, he would have $83 out of this 100. You, sadly, were really off. You actually have $10 out of this 100. Jose here has $4 out of this 100. Tammy has $2 out of this 100, and if you multiply yours by probably a 10, you would have exactly $1 out of this 100. This is how much income inequality is based on global trends, how different it is between other countries and ours. Now that I've informed you guys about the income and wealth inequalities here, I just wanted to tell you that hopefully with this, that you now understand that maybe the money that you have, you probably should be getting more. And that this is how much you have now. Thank you.